Hi, and welcome to Zabbix Handy Tips. In this video, we will learn how to provide flexible problem thresholds by defining context macros and providing the necessary context by using low-level discovery trigger prototypes. Let's start by opening the configuration hosts section. Here I have a single host on which we will create a low-level discovery rule together with item and trigger prototypes. Click on the discovery button next to your host. Let's create our low-level discovery rule. Click on the Create Discovery Rule button. For this example, I will use the Network Interface Discovery. Provide the discovery rule name and key. Let's add the low-level discovery rule and create an item prototype. Press the Add button and navigate to the Item Prototypes section. Here, press the Create Item Prototype button. Our item prototype will be used to collect the incoming traffic. Provide the item name and key. Let's also provide units for a better visual overview of our data. We will use the BPS unit. For the netIfIn key to collect the incoming traffic per second data, we will need to define a preprocessing step. Navigate to the Preprocessing tab. Add a change per second preprocessing step. We will also transform our information from bytes to bits by using the custom multiplier preprocessing step with the value 8. Once we have added the preprocessing steps, we can add the item prototype. Next, move to the Trigger Prototypes section. Press the Create Trigger Prototype button. Our trigger prototype will react to the average value of incoming traffic that exceeds the value of a user macro that we shall define in a moment. Provide the trigger name, the trigger severity, and optionally the operational data. Press the Add button to define the trigger expression. Select the item prototype that we created in the previous step. Next, find and select the average function. Finally, provide the time period for analysis and the result of the expression. Here we will use the greater than comparison and specify a context macro as our threshold. Note that the ifName low-level discovery macro will serve as the context for our user macro. Insert the expression and add the trigger prototype. Let's define the macros and their values on the host level. Click on the host name to open the host configuration and navigate to the macros section. Here I will define 3 macros, a macro without context with a default value, and 2 macros for which my interface names will be used as the context. All of the macros will have different values as per my requirements. Once the macros have been defined, press the Update button. Now let's perform a bandwidth test and see how our triggers react. Navigate to Monitoring Problems. We can see that one of our triggers has generated a problem event. The collected value indeed exceeds the macro value when this particular interface is used as the macro context. Let's check the value collected for all of our interfaces. Navigate to Monitoring Latest Data. Here we can confirm that our interfaces indeed use the context macro values that we have defined for them. While none of the interfaces exceed the default macro value, which was defined as 50 megabits, the context macro value for the interface number 8, which we defined as 5 megabits, has been exceeded and a problem event has been generated. This way, the context macros can be used to provide context to any kind of discovery rule, from network interfaces to file systems, database tables, service uptimes, and anything else. If you have any other questions about Zabbix context macros, feel free to leave a comment under this video. Thank you for your interest, and I will see you next time.